Yeah, I gotta make a little notation. Sony, if you're listening, which I doubt. Um, Come on, Drive Club, finish line, no limits. You gotta bring those out so people can play them. I know the servers are dead, but dang, come on now. Yes, yeah. Trying to see which one I want to do. I'm going to be on because Extinction comes out today, so I'm going to be on for pretty much most of the day. Uh, Fucking Conan for me. I know I'm not going to say for a lot of people, but for me, Conan for me is dead because they don't. I mean, they brought out the Heroes pack for what? You're not inducing. You're not just like I said earlier. You're not introducing Valeria, Conan's wife, who died. You're not, when you're dealing with heroes, you're also going to need anti heroes, which is going to include Falsa Doom. You're not bringing in Kull the Conqueror. You're not bringing in Red Sonja. If then they should have brought them out first before Freya. Freya wasn't even a hero in the Conan Exiles lore. I mean, it's not that I don't want people to like it. It's just know your lore before getting into it, because that thing is just uh, no. And there's not just me recording on it; it's other people recording on it too. And if that's going to be the case with named thralls like Freya, then you need to let the other ones be able to be taken too, like the daughter, all of them. Instead of having instead of having all these items in order to make the thrall, how about just being able to take them in those orders to just have like you got to have this item to summon her and create her, or just freaking take her. Why have the items for that? It's just dumb. Let's see. Yeah, I get it to where like how Arc is, but they've been talking about having a PlayStation 5 version for how long, and still nothing. And let's say this: talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Do as you say, not as you do. Funcom is under a lot of heat right now. They are doing the same thing as Ubisoft did. And I'll tell you this, Funcom, you want to rectify the problem? You give the fans what they want. Don't be a sideline cheerleader, and check all the check boxes. You stick to your guns as far as what your fans wanted in the game, and be edgy. Don't cater to these minorities who want to become a major minority, because that's all they are, is a minority. Oh, that's they didn't, dude. But the problem is they added the battle pass. They added it because they thought they were going to get more revenue, and they didn't get more revenue. And I've said it in the past. You need to make it to where the DLC is purchasable. Fuck the battle passes. Sorry to say it that way, but dude, fuck the battle passes. They're a cheap way. They are an excuse. They are an excuse to try to make money and to bring people in, but you are abusing the terms of service which you set before, and you told people before there will be no battle pass. And what the hell did they bring out? A freaking battle pass. Nah, nah. Talk is cheap. Bullshit. Nobody wants microtransactions. I mean, yeah, you want to make costumes and stuff, cool. But put them on a DLC. Don't put them in behind a freaking another paywall that people have to pay more extra money for in order to get them. That's just dumb. People don't want that shit. I know. The crown coins and stuff need to go to. All that shit, you just put it in as freaking DLC. Simple as. Stop trying to mitigate and put it behind another freaking paywall. Nobody wants that crap unless it's DLC. Nobody's going to pay crown coins, which, if you look at it compared to crown coins, compared to DLC, my game is off driving right now. No. You're paying more with crown coins than you are as DLC. Because it's digital currency. No, you're not getting more. You're not getting a better deal because all they would do is put it to where the costumes in DLC, and you look at the way the crown coins are now. Digital currency, and they're doing this with movies too, if you've ever noticed this. And you've ever paid attention. I know the game that they're fucking playing, and I'm not fucking stupid. Sorry to say, drop the F bomb 100% of the freaking time, but you know what? This sort of stuff miffs the heck out of me. Like with the how people are saying, well, it's going all digital. Okay, I get that. Everything wants to go all digital, but here's the problem: you are paying the same price for a digital copy of a movie and/or game as the same price as a physical copy. I'm sorry. If I cannot share that same copy physically with my friend, it is not worth $70 or $80. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. That is highway robbery. Now, if I can take that same digital copy and share it with my friends and allow them to play the game as well, fine. But you are charging the same price for a digital copy as a physical edition. I don't care if it comes with art. I don't care if it comes with music for a digital copy because a physical could do the same thing, and it's the same price. Same freaking price. All right? You buy a hamburger for a reason to eat it, right? Right? What are you going to do with a digital hamburger? Do I make my point very clear? You cannot eat a digital hamburger. That is the point I'm making. Digital prices versus physical prices. This is why I said the physical media is a necessity compared to digital media. I know we're going into the digital age, but the digital age, and a lot of these companies are doing it, and I can show you some stuff from Amazon. I bought South Park seasons 1 through 20. And the price that they want for 1 through 15 for season 1, and then let's like, or 1 through 14 or something like that, and then 15 through 20, they want double the price for a digital version of South Park of those seasons. And I paid 50, no, $30 for the one, and then $30 for the other. That's $60. They want to overcharge you, double the price, which is 120 some odd dollars for both of those seasons. It's bullcrap, and I'm seeing through the bullcrap. That's why I'm stopped. This is why I stopped paying for Sony PlayStation Plus. Why should I have to pay PlayStation another 80 fucking dollars? And sorry to drop the F bomb again, but yeah, and I can go on Steam without paying a subscription, which I love Steam for, and I would promote Steam over paying $80 for an online service, which I could do on Valve for free. For free. People aren't getting it. They would rather, I'll give you my money, I'll give you my money. Back in PlayStation, the simple PlayStation 3 era, when it first came out, you didn't have to pay money until like later on. I think it was like a year later. Right then and there, I knew from the get go. And I shouldn't have spent money then that this whole thing was going down into the freaking tubes. I mean, but people want to keep dishing out that money. People want to keep feeding the beast, keep feeding the machine, and not get what they want. And then when they don't get what they want, they bitch about it because they start paying for it. I'm done paying for games that are broken. I'm done paying for games that are not complete as they say they are complete. Final Fantasy being one of them. Mass Effect being one of them because a lot of it was locked behind a freaking DLC paywall. Nah, I'm done. I'm literally done. If your games are not complete, if your games are filled with bugs, I will wait until they go on sale. And it is on these companies making these games that are selling it for a ridiculous price that are riddled with bugs, that are not complete, that have this, that, the other. Anything related to DEI, and people can hate me for it, I don't give a rat's behind. I am not purchasing, and I'm not behind them. Stuff like Saber, how they did with Legacy of Kain, and how they're doing with 6 Tomb Raiders that are coming out, and possibly making a 7th that is based off of the 6. Dude, I would literally get behind them before get behind anybody that has DEI consultants behind them. This goes even for The Witcher 4, the Cyberpunk 2, anything that is a AAA company at this point. Sure, I will look at these games and be like, you know what? Yeah, that does look all right. But when it comes to, yeah, you're not getting my money unless it's like $20. Then maybe I would consider it. But it doesn't mean I would because of one simple fact. It's guilt by association. If you have a DEI company behind you, I will not purchase your games because all they do is push an ideology, politic bullshit or an agenda. I'm not about that. I'm about having fun, and other people should be the same thing too. You know, having fun, playing video games, whatever. I'm not about the political correctness bull crap. Nah, I'm here to be entertained. Simple as. Yeah. And that's another thing. They make these games, a lot of these companies make these games now for them. They don't listen to their fans. They don't put anything that the fans want into their freaking games unless they know that their games are failing miserably. But the only thing is that some of the games that are failing miserably are coming now to the short end of their stick, which is Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Concord, X Defiant. The list goes on and on that they're shutting all these freaking servers down. These people who do all this kind of stuff are so freaking mentally brain dead, they don't get it. You make games for your fans. If you don't make games for your fans, you lose money because you cannot pay back the publishers that lend you the money to make the game in the first place. Economics 101. You make games for your consumers. If your consumers do not buy or purchase your game, you have no money. We are in control, not your publisher. And people are so blind. And yeah, I'm gonna say these two words: dumb and retarded, that they don't get it. Hate me for it, but you know what? Hate me for my words, but you know what? I keep it 1,000% fucking real on my channel, and you know, it's just how it is. And if you like me for me, and that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, do your homework, do your research, know what's going on between digital, physical, and that goes not only for games but for movies. Look at what's going on with Netflix. Look at what's going on with Disney. Look at what's going on with all these freaking companies. They're trying to highway rob everybody. And not anyone, not a single flipping person is saying this besides me. Do your research, do your freaking homework. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about it. So I don't want, you know, if you bring it up, I'm going to refer you to Driveclub. But no, the industry is going crooked as heck. And that's just how it's going. And the Gamergate 2.0, so that way could try to get more money out of you. People need to wake the hell up. Oh, 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 and this goes for everything else too, okay? Look at everything that's going on with subscription fees too. You gotta have a subscription fee for blue check marks, Twitch, aka Facebook. And I got something for you, Elon Musk. Fuck you. Okay? You say fuck you to the business industry that want to push microtransactions and all this other bullshit and charge you extra for other crap. Two words for you that you said not long ago in your stream about Disney, I think is what it was. Fuck you. I'm not paying you $8 for a subscription fee for a blue check mark for fucking X. Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? Preach what you say, hombre. Preach what you say. I I I I I don't care who you are, whether you be left or right. Yeah, I'm more, as far as a person that's on the fence. And yes, I may be conservative, whatever. I don't give a fuck about that, but I'm more on the fence. I see I see both sides as it is. And if one side is being stupid and the other side is being stupid, I'm going to call you both out. I don't care. I don't care. Fuck you. I'm not paying for overpriced subscriptions. I'm not buying for overpriced digital media. I'm not buying for this, that, and the other that you're trying to scam people and rip people off of. Because now that everything's going digital, you could put your own price tag on it, like some sort of, oh, people aren't going to pay attention to this. I am paying attention, highly paying attention. What game is that? We'll we'll see. We'll see about that too. So like I said, and I'll say it again, talk is cheap. Prove it. I mean, why do you think the PS2 did so well? It's because the PS2 Foundation was that about listening to its freaking fans. And now that the consoles are not listening to their fans, why do you think your consoles are being undersold? Because you're not listening to your freaking fans. And PS2 is still holding the #1 spot for its main consoles being sold. And that's going for every single console, including handhelds. That should freaking tell you something. Yeah. When it comes to the console war, I'm sorry, Xbox, you're still in third place. Have been in third place, yeah. Have been in third place ever since Xbox came out. I mean, I get it. People want to support Xbox, which is fine and dandy. But know the truth. You have been in third place ever since your console generation. Let's be real here. Oh, so have I. And yes, they do have some good games. I'm not gonna lie, Xbox is fun, but the only thing is, they didn't have a lot of good games behind their belt. And on top of that, the community buildup when it even at the dawn of its creation did not listen to its fan base. That's where they screwed the pooch. Uh, PlayStation had it right, and still number one. Nintendo still second place. Yeah. They actually worked together. Nintendo and Sony worked together. Why do you think the Sony was made? I mean, yeah, Nintendo did Sony dirty, but you know what? That's what made Sony what Sony is today. Huh, huh. Oh, the top-down view for Grand Theft Auto. Huh? Big mother truckers, yeah. Well, actually, it does look better, but as far as storyline and everything else, PS1 and PS2 have it down, hands down. Now, I will say this because people don't play it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the Final Fantasy VII, saga that is now being or that is coming out, they are clipping a lot of the holes that are in the first game and making the game longer, which I like because now we are learning more about what happened in Final Fantasy VII than ever, and people are not getting it. People are not understanding the whole concept of why these games are being remade is to get rid of all the holes and gaps that the original Final Fantasy had. Yes, I own I own the original Final Fantasy, and I might actually end up playing it one of these days. But there are a lot of holes and there are a lot of gaps that are in the storyline that they want to try to fill and replace. That's simple. Zelda's a Nintendo baby. You're not stripping that away from them, unless the company is being sold. That is the only way. Yeah, they would have because that is a Nintendo baby. That is one of their pride and joys besides freaking Mario. Yep, yep, yep. Sony's. Yep, yep, yep. For that console, yes. And since we're talking about mascots, okay, and I have not liked Naughty Dog for years because of it, is when they got rid of fucking Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. Mmm. They're Sony's two top mascots. When I seen that, I was like, oh, what? They got rid of what? And now they want to bring in Astrobot? Spyro the freaking dragon, y'all. Spyro the freaking dragon was one of Sony's mascots. What? Crash Bandicoot. What? Nah, I will never look at Naughty Dog the same again. When Crash went, yeah, when Crash went, I was no longer interested in, Naughty Dog. I mean, when the OG games came back out, yeah, I bought them because they are the OG games. I got Spyro and I got Crash Bandicoot. But any other game by them, I haven't even touched. Not one. I don't own it. I don't own it. And there's a reason for that. When they got rid of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, that company's never been the same. Yeah. It's whatever. Yeah. 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 That's yeah. Yeah. They want the money. And pawn shops do the same thing too, where they undercut people for a lot of the stuff that they're selling. Because what they'll do is they'll buy it for quarter of the market, and then they'll mark it up for the original price. That's what they'll do. And if you look at the pawn shop market, and you look at everything that's going on right now, freaking wake the hell up, everyone. And now that the scammers and the scalpers are raising up prices on video games, $200, $300 a freaking pop, which are old as crap, you think the market's going to get any better? No, it's going to get worse. Yeah, I understand art should be valued, but at the same token, when you have games that are like only 10 years old, 20 years old, they should not be going for thousands of freaking dollars. Now, when a game is like, when we're looking at like art, like museum art style art, stuff like that, then we talk like bottom or high end freaking dollar prices. Uh, yeah. Actually, you can find it digitally and it's for free. Yep. 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 And it's only and it's less than well, it's about 20, 25 years old. But it's not a legacy game. It is a legacy game, but they don't qualify as a legacy game because it's not 30 or 50 years old. And if it's 30 or 50 years old, I could see like $1,000, or $700 or $800 for that game. But it's at this point, it's still not a legacy game yet. There are still copies flown out there, and people are still buying and paying for them. I don't know why my car keep eh. But yeah, it's not a legacy game yet. Oh, Need for Speed? No. Well, I could tell you this right now. You're not gonna like the price of what Need for Speed Road and Track is. Have you looked that up yet? New and sealed, by the way. Uh, uh, yeah, you can look at. I look at all of them, but yeah. Because Amazon likes to rip you off too. You have to be careful with that. Yeah, it's road and track. Everything is spelled. Yeah, it's and. And what's the condition in eBay? Look at some of them and tell me what some of the conditions are. What? No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. I could have told you it was a magazine, but 76, no, that's not Need for Speed. Huh? Now, if you want to do a real deep dive, which people fail to understand, and I have known it. I have known it. No, you fucking listen to me for a minute. Look up, which is the first where it first started. Don't look up PlayStation because PlayStation isn't the one who got it freaking first. It was 3DO. Panasonic 3DO. Look for that new and sealed and tell me the price. Yep. It didn't come out for PlayStation first. You want to go as far as nostalgia? 3DO. You'll never be able to play it unless you have the system, but at least you own it. And it has to be new and sealed. Well, there is something I'm going to tell you if you can't find it. Yeah, it has to be factory sealed, not resealed. Resealed taints its value. Let's just put it that way. And if you're paying for a resealed game at $1,200, you need to have your head examined. Remember, new and sealed. For new and sealed. I was going to say, you might want to look at that again. I led the race for a minute. What the hell? Yeah, that's fine. Keep looking. Uh, and here's why. The 3DO system, the Panasonic 3DO system, is a legacy console. And if you have a game that came out with a legacy console that was Need for Speed, Road and Track, it is a priceless game because you're not going to find it anywhere. And people are holding on to them if they do have them. You will be constantly missing one because you will not have the 3DO edition. No, 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 no. You're missing the point. You are missing the point for a collector. You will always be missing a piece because you do not have a new sealed copy of the 3DO version because there isn't one. Yeah, yeah, because it came out for yeah because it came out for 3DO when it was released and not PlayStation. And you'll be spending more than $1,000 for it. I guarantee it, or more. No, which is and no one will be touching it. Trust me, I've been watching and watching and watching when it goes for the marketplace. Because when it first came out, when I got my 3DO, I bought two copies. One is opened, one is sealed. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can collect all the Need for Speeds, but you won't. Yeah, you're not gonna have the OG. Yeah, yeah. Nope. 100 grand. 100 grand. 100 grand because it's the legacy. And on top of that, with every 3DO that you purchase, you're not getting the original chords for them anyways. Are you talking like console wise, or I'm talking when the game came out, it got number one spot for a racing game. Hmm. Oh, the yes, like yeah. For the number. Well, I could tell you it's not a number one. It's not a number one. I could tell you that. I wish it was a number one, because if it was a number one, yeah, if it was a number one, yeah. But when I got it, I didn't live in the current state to get a number one disc because there are copies that get spread out everywhere. So yeah, it's not a number one. I wish it was a number one. That would have made it so much better, but it wasn't a number one. Yeah. Yeah. It's 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 much more than just the foundation. It's what set the premise for all these other games that made the series come out and made it, and it's not only about hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm not finished. And it's not only just about the foundation, it's the fans that played it. That is like the important thing. How many copies did it sell? How when it became one of the PlayStation, PlayStation hits, whatever. But 3DO didn't have that where it was like PlayStation hits or whatever. But when it came out for PlayStation hits for PlayStation, it set a marker because it tells people that when a game hits that giant when it and I'm not counting today because today as far as game of the year is a freaking joke. Okay, because Astropot, and I'm going to say Astropot because Black Myth Wukong should have got the game of the year. I'm sorry, then that's just going to stick with me and resonate me until the day I freaking die. When you got a panel voting for the game of the year, it's freaking stupid. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, when it hit Game of the Year, it set a premise and made it so iconic. And when they remake these games, it's like, why are you doing number two? Why are you doing number three? When the first game set the foundation, and yet it got the greatest hits. Especially you look at Silent Hill, greatest hits, greatest hits. Silent Hill 1, it set the foundation, the premise of Silent Hill 2. Why are we playing Silent Hill 2 when we don't have when a lot of people don't have Silent Hill 1 to set the premise and know and understand of what Silent Hill is, and we're playing 2? What the hell? And and yes, I do know about Porsche Unleashed for PlayStation 2. I yes, Porsche Unleashed was good. I mean, the thing is, what people fail to realize, yes, you have like the Dodge Viper and stuff, all of that, but there was a certain classification when it came for Need for Speed. If you did not even come close, or you weren't even put on the car list for Need for Speed. But if you come close, like the Dodge Viper and all them other cars, when Need for Speed came out, you were put on that list for the next game. And then when they started doing this underground stuff, and people may like underground, but you know what? When it comes to underground, I don't freaking like it. I don't like it. I thought it was a piece of trash, and I stick to my guns on it. Because when you can manipulate and use the gears to make the cars move faster than what they're supposed to, and you make a game, and this goes back because they were doing this before all this other crap started coming out, and I called them on it when those games came out, when Underground came out, and it was a glitchy freaking mess. The Toyota Corolla being one of them, one of the supposedly fastest cars in the freaking game, only because they were glitching the gears, which is an exploit. That does not mean that the car is faster verbatim than a Lamborghini. That's when they started adding the drifting. Yes, that's when they started adding the drifting and stuff like. Oh yeah, I get it, drifting. You put in your own thing, but when it's a flat up race, face to face, head to head, a Lamborghini versus a Golf. Yeah. They did have a course. They did have a course. Yeah, that's what Need for Speed was. There was no drifting mechanic until, well, there was drifting mechanic in the original Hot Pursuit, which was uh, Need for Speed 3. 3? Yeah. No, nope. Not a single one. Not a single one until recent. Not a single one. Nope. 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 However, there was one thing that they added in Need for Speed Road and Track that has not set a premise in another Need for Speed as of yet, and that was the hover car. But the hover car was a code that you put in, and nobody knows about the mainstay of the code or can repeat it verbatim unless they're looking it up and then, put it in my comments because I know a lot of you will be looking it up. But yeah, I mean, Need for Speed. Yeah, I know it's a very old dev team that did it and stuff like that. And Road and Track, I think the magazine is actually pretty much dead. I'm not for sure. But when that game came out, that's so set everything for Need for Speed, and people loved it. And those, it's like Need for Speed, one, two, three. They have the higher numbers compared to a lot of these newer games. Underground being one of them. I mean, Underground comes close, but it can't come close to the numbers and for the per capita of the people playing that game compared to Underground. Yeah, yeah. Now, let's see here. Yeah, the Road and Track magazine was shut down, which is actually going to make the game more nostalgic because Road and Track doesn't even exist anymore. Oh, yeah, it was offline. There was no online for the original game. I don't know. Maybe just come in and then complain. But yeah, oh maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if people are watching, but you know what? It's fine. Either way. Yeah, zero people watching. All right, I'm gonna cut this here. But yeah, a little bit of nostalgia and news for you guys. And a little bit of hardcore bass, stuff like that. But y'all have a good one, and catch you in the next one later. I gotta check and see if Arc is updating anyway, so I'll be back.